Welcome back. This is Reggie speaking about Healing America's Narratives. We're in our third conversation about love. The previous two actually began with a definition of love coming from the intersection of Brother David Steindl-Rast, who is a Benedictine monk, Dr. M. Scott Peck, who is deceased, who wrote the 10-year bestseller, The Road Less Traveled, and many other books, and Marianne Williamson's comments in A Return to Love in her reflections on A Course in Miracles. In the last episode, we touched on perspectives on love coming from Thich Nhat Hanh and from bell hooks. And today we'd like to move to speak about that the oldest of all the lovers that we're speaking about, Siddhartha Gautama, who's known as Buddha. And he said this: "For hatred can never put an end to hatred. Love alone can. This is an unalterable law." And you may recognize that language because both Mahatma Gandhi and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. borrowed from that and gave it to us in slightly different ways. Jesus Christ said, "Love one another. As I have loved you, so must you love one another." And across that bridge, we're moving more into contemporary times now. Congressman John Lewis, former activist and frontline worker for equal rights in the 1950s, 60s, and through his death in the 2020s, he said the following. He said that it's clear that for those who studied, trained in, and practiced nonviolence, and this is a quote now, quote, "not simply as a tactic, but as a way of authentically living our lives, our sole purpose was, in fact, love." You know, he often said that he wasn't fighting so much for civil rights, he was fighting for love among all human beings. In response to a question from Krista Tippett on her On Being broadcast, author Jason Reynolds responded this way when Krista Tippett asked him about what anti-racism really is. And Reynolds responded, quote, "It's simply the muscle that says humans are humans. That's it. It's the one that says, I love you because you are you, period. That's all. That element of I love you because you are you should be the most human thing we know. It should be a natural thing to say, look, I love you because you remind me more of myself than not," end quote. And that's an edited quote. There's some ellipsis in there where it is a slightly longer response that he gave, and I edited it out. So think about that. It's the part of me that says, part of each of us that says, you remind me more of myself than not. Okay? Really, really important if we look at that level of love, that developmental perspective on love that moves from self-love, which is important, to loving people I agree with who are like me. You know, that's that group-centric love. Nothing wrong with that in its healthy manifestations. And in moving out to that, well, it's species-centric love, the love for all human beings. And for the really ambitious and deeply loving among us to move out even further and love all that is. Okay, love creation, love the universe, you know, all sentient and non-sentient beings. That's the work we have to do. So again, thank you for tuning in. We'll probably speak once or twice more about love in these episodes, and then we'll continue to move forward. Right? Have a great day, and I'll see you the next time.